stats, or they seem to come out in public. There's one that came out recently from YouTube that said something like 500 million hours worth of video is getting watched on YouTube every day. So it's different from the uploads. The uploads are 300 hours worth of video uploaded every minute, but in terms of actual eyeballs on YouTube, that's 500 million hours watched on YouTube every day. It would take you, I think, 57,000 years to watch that much video if you had to watch it all on your own. So
it's fair
it's
to
huge.
say the servers, the biggest servers in the world, a huge amount of their content must be video.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, video is just incredible. And Facebook, they measure things a little bit different in terms of number of views. They used to measure it in terms of after 3 seconds they'd count a view. Now it's after 10 seconds. YouTube, of course, counts it after 30 seconds. But nonetheless, Facebook's counted around about 4 billion views a day on their platform for their Facebook videos. So both of them are, for me, those numbers are so big I can't really even comprehend them. All I know is that they're freaking huge, and there's a lot of attention to be gained from those platforms. Absolutely.
And that's coming from someone who's completely immersed in this space. So hopefully that makes you guys feel better, not worse, about this whole scenario. I was really pleased when our intern pulled these cool slides together, because I don't think I would have found images so cool, to make the point that producing videos has become much easier. Now is the time. There is no barrier to getting into this market anymore. If you're the owner of a smartphone, and let's face it, most people are, chances are you can get into recording video. It used to be that you had to sit down and, well, good lighting and hair, makeup, all of that. But depending on what you're doing, of course, there's the right kind of video for the right kind of campaign. Sometimes the rough and raw ones are just as acceptable. Any comments on that, Gideon? Have you seen a big increase in people just cutting videos, and are they just as successful if they're not necessarily hugely professional?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially on a place like YouTube, it's not as critical to have very polished videos. You can get away with some very simple videos that are very effective and very engaging. And with the tools we have today, like you said, there's really no excuse anymore, for you not to be doing video if your audience is on YouTube or Facebook. You've got to get into it, and of course there's lots of ways of easing that pain of video production that so many people experience.
And
maybe we can I'm sure we'll be covering that a little bit later as well.
Absolutely. And my other tip on this one is, even if you're not that confident with the video capabilities of your phone or tablet, rope the kids in. They're often doing this stuff at school. My kids,
Yeah,
I know, were learning iMovie in prep and grade 1, so they'll astound you with their skills in this area if you give them a chance to show you. Video formats. So there's lots of different formats and considerations when you're planning a video for a digital marketing campaign is what kind of video is going to come out of the camera that you're going to use. So some people might use some kind of EOS sort of, more professional camera. Some of them might be a full-blown camera. There's obviously webcam. There is iPhones and iPads and things like that as well. So you need to be aware of what sort of video it will produce, and then perhaps have the software to turn it into something else for the third point, which is where are you going to use this thing, what's the aim, and also what video editing program are you going to use. Any other tips on considerations before you get started and just the planning phase, Gideon?
Yeah, I think it's important to to have a camera that records in a format that's easy for you to get onto your computer and edit, or even do everything on your mobile phone. If you're inclined that way, you can do everything on your phone as well. But if you're going to be doing it on your computer, just make sure that the format that it records in is easy for you to get onto your computer and edit. And you might have to, if you're going to be investing in some gear, you might want to just go to the camera shop first and just try it out before you buy it, just to make sure it's all sorted.
And on that as well, I should probably mention something I've seen come up time and time again. Sometimes the visuals are really good, but sometimes the audio is not that good. So actually thinking about the sound and what sort of quality you need on that front is actually really important, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so interesting, Yvette. When you consider video, the video image is actually number 3 on the list of importance. So number 1 is your sound. So how good your sound is for your video, and it's easy to prove that. If you had to compare 2 videos, imagine you go into to the movies, and it's got this beautiful video, or film showing there on the big screen. But the sound is awful. It's crackling and it drops out and it's choppy or whatever else. I mean, it's not going to take long for you to walk out of there. Contrast that to the same scenario, except this time the audio is just immaculate. You've got awesome audio, but the video is maybe a little bit off. Maybe it's a bit grainy. Maybe it's not quite there. I mean, you're gonna probably watch that video and have quite a good experience. So the audio is actually a lot more important than a lot of people realize. So you got to get the audio as good as you can, and invest some money into it. Get a little lapel microphone that you can plug into your phone or into your camera, so you can get better audio.
How much money are we talking? Can I ask, Gideon? Because I bet that's a question everyone has.
Yeah, no, it depends on what camera you've got and what sort of inputs you can receive. But for the trusty old iPhone, for example, you can get a pretty cool little microphone for I don't know, around about $30 if you get it from eBay or Amazon, and a nice little lapel mic. I can't remember the exact name for the one that I've got, but I know there's a couple other ones. The Rode Lav mic is one that you can use as well. That works really well. I'm not sure how much that one is. Maybe it's $100, maybe $200, whatever it is. Whatever that price is for that little mic, it'll be worth getting. And then there's another one that I can't remember the name of. You could probably just go on YouTube and type in something like mobile phone lapel mic, and you'll be able to see some test videos there with sound quality of the different mics. But yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money on this stuff to get a good result.
Awesome. So no excuses, guys.
Yeah, and so, Yvette, sorry, before we can move on, the other thing that's really important is your lighting as well, especially when you have cameras that are maybe not as amazing. The less, or the more affordable, so the cheaper your camera is, the more important it's going to be for you to have good lighting. And with a fairly cheap camera, you can produce some very high quality video if you have good lighting. So you combine those things, the good lighting with good sound, and then an okay image or okay sort of video output, you end up with a really good raw quality video that you can record from that. So keep those things in mind. The quality of the audio, quality of lighting, and then the camera becomes then less important when you have those two things sorted.
Absolutely. And both of us obviously live on the Sunshine Coast, and I know not all of the audience tonight are from there, but I know in our local area at the Innovation Centre, there is actually a place that you can go and do recordings. You can hire it out, or you can even hire a video person with that. So quite possibly maybe at your library or in other sort of, creative tech hubs wherever you live, there are also places you could look to engage if you wanted to sort of outsource the audio and lighting quality with a professional, at least for the first few, while you find your feet, kind of thing. Okay, moving on. There is lots of formats, and it can be daunting as to which is what and what you do. And I mean, this is just good knowledge. Personally, I know I access movie files and can't watch them on certain machines and have to convert, and that can be a bit frustrating. But look, I'm just going to whiz through these. There's .avc, HD, .avi. Both of those can be really quite big files, and it's really frustrating if you've gone to the trouble, you've cut a good video, and all you want to do is get it live and get moving and get it out there. If it's too big and it just won't do what you want it to do. And in Australia, we do have a really big problem with upload speed, as both Gideon and I have experienced on many occasions and lamented about. So often we have a not bad download speed, but actually if you want to start uploading large files like videos, it gets a little bit frustrating. So on that, Gideon, what would you recommend you really need to have as an internet speed on the upload side if you want to be uploading videos in any reasonable time frame?
Yeah, while we're in Australia, it's going to be tough because in general, with most people's upload speeds are just really, really low. I think it's sitting at, if you're lucky, you get maybe maximum 1 megabit per second up, which is just incredibly slow for video work. If you're on the NBN already or cable with better upload speeds, of course, you're going to be much better off. I actually use a 4G modem that hooks up with the 4GX network with Telstra, and that gives me up to around about 30 megabits per second up and 30 megabits per second down as well. So it makes a huge difference. I pay through the nose though, but it makes a massive difference. If there's two applications though for video in this context. One is where you're uploading a pre-recorded video that you've edited, For those ones, it's less critical to have a massively high upload speed because you can, if it's really slow, you can let it run overnight, for example. And I used to do that was stuck with slow internet. But if you're doing live video, where you're live streaming, even something like webinars, you need to crank that up for the lower 720 HD, or the it's not the full HD, but it's the lower level of HD kind of streaming. You need at least 3 to 4, maybe ideally 5 megabit per second upload speeds. And your normal internet, like 500 kilobytes per second upload, is not gonna cut it for that. So basically, the better upload speed you can have, the easier life is going to be for video online.
Absolutely. And again, be creative. If you just can't possibly access that where you're located, your workplace or home, you might want to go and seek that out. Maybe, again, there is some government, library, public kind of hub that you can just go and do some video work, even for a short time, to upload it. But it is very, very frustrating. Look, there is a good tool we did share in this week's lesson that I'm not referring to in the slides tonight, but that you might like to check out. We found it helpful as an agency when we're uploading video content. It's called Handbrake. It's totally free, and it basically compresses the file, and you can name what sort of output, what type of file you want, and how small or large you want it, depending on what you plan to do with it. That's one we use and find quite useful. Any other tools that you use like that for compression and upload, Gideon?
Yeah, Handbrake is a great one. We've used that as well. With our business. The software that I use for editing my videos does a pretty good job with exporting it to a great format, and gives me a lot of flexibility. So I don't need something like Handbrake very often. But if you're stuck with things, Handbrake's a delicious little piece of software. Absolutely.
It's got a really cute little icon too, with a little cocktail, which is really nice. Makes you feel like you're having a cocktail while you're doing. It might make you want one, actually. Okay, so to go through these common video formats, there's .flv, flash video format. Now, as I said at the start, I'm no expert on this stuff, but Gideon, my understanding is that flash video is not really the go anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of flash on the internet. Of course, the bigger vision, it seems, for the internet is to move away from flash because it's so slow, and apparently it drains people's batteries on their MacBook computers. There's a lot of different ideas floating around with it, but it is an older technology. HTML5 is a much newer sort of format, and things like MP4 types of format. To be honest, I'm not up to play with the latest and greatest formats these days, but I do know FLV is pretty old. Nowadays, the sort of format you want to upload with is probably MP4. That's going to cover you for most situations.
Absolutely. So I'll whiz through the others. .wmv you'll find if you're exporting or doing stuff inside Windows, say if you're using something basic like Windows Movie Maker. I don't know how many of you are on PC or not. .mov or MOV is the Apple QuickTime standard export if you're creating things with, say, iMovie and on a Mac. But I have left the best till last, which is the .mp4 that Gideon was just alluding to there. And the key is probably that third point there, which is that this is the format recommended by YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it just works everywhere. It works on Facebook, works on YouTube, it works on whatever platform. If the platform doesn't accept MP4, that's a platform that you probably shouldn't be using.
And this is something good to know. In the past, this is going back a few years, I've employed videographers to come and film me speaking, and then they've said to me, "What format do you want?" And me not knowing any better, I've said, "I don't know, whatever you reckon. I want to upload it to YouTube." And they've actually given me, I think they gave you WMVs, and they were big, and they took ages, and they didn't
Oh
look
dear.
that good. And clearly, they didn't know what they were doing. So don't presume. The professionals always do know. This is good knowledge for you to direct the professionals you're engaging as to what you do want when you go about creating a digital marketing campaign. Now, we'll just skip through a few more slides and then get into some more juicy stuff. Where could you use video? So obviously, we're talking about creating video and using it inside the context of a digital marketing campaign, and the options are really limitless. I've included in the lesson and wanted to run through a few tonight, just ideas to plant some seeds, really. But I do encourage you in the lessons online to come up with some ideas yourself, share those in the Facebook group, tell us what you've come up with. One thing we have seen quite a big move towards is background video on websites. So you might upload this as part of a digital marketing campaign or just a gimmick on the site. suits some sites, not so much others. To give you an example, Sean O'Brien is one of our designers, and he also happens to be one of the best windsurfers in Australia. So he's got a video of him windsurfing in the background in his website, and it looks super, super cool. Another one that we did recently was Harmony Restaurant Eos. It's a restaurant in Eos, Greece, and it's a really vibrant place. Lots of young people come through, they party, they have a good time, and there was no better way to sort of depict that than to include a background video on their website, and it suits their audience. They are, technology savvy. They do use their mobiles a lot to find cool places to go and all the rest of it. So they're two names that you could Google and have a look at some examples there if you wanted to. To whiz through some others, you can use video content in e-marketing, but there is a few tips for the unwary. Again, I've put those in the lesson, but MailChimp does allow you to embed video. There is a couple of clicks you've got to make sure that it's displaying, and I'd certainly recommend some previews or tests to make sure it's working how you want. In its most simplest form as well, you can screenshot the video so it's got the little play button and looks like you click it, and then just hyperlink it to the actual video on YouTube, Vimeo, or any other platform that you want to use. But as you can see here, some research suggests that click-through rates increase. We all get a lot of email. If people can just click a play button and hear a message, they're more and more likely to do so. Gideon, you do a lot of this kind of marketing through your channels, don't you? And of course, it suits what you do.
Yeah, to be honest, for our emails, we keep it super simple. Because there's so many hoops you got to jump through often with the email stuff. Just as an example, just last week, I sent an email out, and just like normal, nothing special. And what happened was Google blacklisted my email service provider. And so when my email went out to my whole list, everyone had a message in the inbox saying that it was malware, and it's like, so nothing that I did. I kept everything really simple, but it's just an example of the email world being very, it's not always straightforward, and so we try and keep things just super simple. Mainly text-based emails with links inside there that drives people to a website or a blog post, and we get really good results from that. We have experimented with having the thumbnail image inside the video, inside the email, and yeah, it does sometimes work better, sometimes it works not as good. A key idea here for you guys is to test it. Do a split test. Have one with the thumbnail image in there, and the other one without, and just a link, and see whether the video one consistently outperforms. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't even have images turned on in their emails, or or their email provider might not even read emails or do something funny with the thumbnail images inside your email. So test it. I reckon that's the best answer for the longer term.
Yep, test and measure always, guys, and we'll be doing more on those lessons in future months. But Gideon's a great one for that. Not only does he know his video content, he is a very experienced and gets great results with his digital marketing as well. Social media is a huge new opportunity for video advertising. So almost every social media platform does offer the sharing of videos now. I think that comment surprises a lot of people. I think most people are aware that, sure, YouTube is the main social network that you can upload video to and even do as a paid campaign, which we'll explain a little bit more in a moment. But you can most certainly do that on Facebook now, and that's becoming an increasing market as well for Facebook. You can upload video, though short, on Instagram. I believe it's 15 seconds. I believe you can even upload video to Pinterest now. Is that right, Gideon?
I don't know.
You don't know that one?
You're probably one ahead of me there.
Okay, all good. Which main networks are you playing on? You're mainly a YouTube kind of advertising guy, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I tend to go for the 800-pound gorillas in 80-20 rule. So I focus on the big ones. So the big ones at the moment, certainly YouTube is leading the show by far, but Facebook is catching up incredibly fast. So when it comes to video, YouTube and Facebook are, for me, the winners. But once again, you've got to ask the question, where does your target audience hang out? And if they're not on YouTube and Facebook, then don't go there. If they're on Pinterest, then use that. So that's the key question, really, where your target audience is hanging out, and then go there.
Absolutely. And just to get you guys excited and even toot our own horn a tiny bit, which we don't do very often, we've been running a campaign with Facebook advertising recently and are just astounded at the results with the video advertising on Facebook. We're getting as low as 5 cents a click and getting notified by Facebook that our ads are outperforming most other ads by 95%, which is really cool. We're screenshotting that and distributing it internally and giving each other high fives and pats on the back. So loving it, loving Facebook videos. Now, if you are sort of more entrenched in this stuff already, because I realize all of you are at different levels, there's quite a big discussion out there about whether you're better to post your post your video on YouTube and then share that link on various social networks, or if you're going to be doing a Facebook campaign, whether it should be what they call it natively. Basically, all that means is you're uploading direct the video content onto Facebook. Some people argue that that performs a lot better than if you were to drop the YouTube link in. What's your spin on that? Have you got any comments on
Oh
that at
yeah.
all, Gideon?
Yeah, without a doubt, Facebook has turned the cold shoulder to YouTube, very much so. No, it wasn't always like this. You know, you originally would be able to upload your or just link to your YouTube video in your Facebook feed, and it would look nice and play nice and get a lot of exposure. But then Facebook changed all that as soon as they started cranking up their video side of things, and now they definitely, without a doubt, give massive preference to videos that are natively uploaded to Facebook instead of just links from YouTube. And it makes sense, you know, they're competing with YouTube. They want to compete with them. So if you did a comparison between using exactly the same video, one with a YouTube link posted to Facebook and one uploading that very same video just to Facebook natively, the one that you've uploaded to Facebook will get more views, will get more shares, will get more love from Facebook. So without a doubt, if you want to get more exposure on Facebook with your videos, upload straight to Facebook.
There you go, guys. You couldn't have it any clearer than that. And I mean, the same comment actually goes for other aspects of Facebook. If you post, there's always hot debate in our office about if you post just general social media posts directly on Facebook versus through Hootsuite, Buffer, and some of the third-party tools. Mostly the consensus is definitely post natively content of any kind on there. So bear that in mind when you're doing your social media marketing for your digital campaign, full stop. Now, if you don't want to shoot a video as in person speaking to camera, there are other options. There's lots of different names for these. Some people call them explainer videos, infographic-y videos. You know, they're the videos where they're cartoons, animated, words fly in, voiceovers, and that kind of thing. What's really cool is you might look at those and go, that's a really cool video. I want one of those. Who could I pay? How could I do this? They're actually really easy to create. And we've provided a list of those on the lesson this week. And I'm pretty sure you can have a lot of fun with them. And I challenge you as the exercise. Please do this because there's nothing like just learning this, but actually putting it to use, even if it's just something silly and a bit fun, to go out and create one of these. Say 30 seconds, a minute long. I myself put myself up to that challenge and created one on Powtoon a while ago for my business awards hub, so you can go onto YouTube and have a look at that. I mean, it's not out of this world amazing, but it's professional enough that I don't think you would know that someone like me who had no experience prior had actually created that. Gideon, do you play with these tools yourself, or you stick to the more person to camera type video content?
You know, I've become really lazy, Yvette. Lately, I do very little video editing myself. I have given Animoto and Powtoon and Go Animated Go, and they're really fun. What's always frustrating for me is how long it takes. Even with these tools, even though they make it easy and simple, it still takes time, you know, to create these things. And you know, so my philosophy in life has, for the last few years, has been if I can completely eliminate video editing from my life and still create very professional looking videos, that is my life purpose made. You know, so and that's certainly been a big thrust of what I've been doing with my latest businesses as well.
You're just like Airbnb, sells accommodation, owns no accommodation. Does no video editing whatsoever. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's a good philosophy to
exactly.
have. Okay, I think this is the last slide, and then we can get on to some other stuff. streaming video has also become huge. So we've played in this live streaming space as an agency for a couple of years, and we used to have specialist staff with specialist tools, pay quite a lot of money for some of the subscriptions like Ustream or Livestream actually. Things like Meerkat and Periscope came along. So I first came into contact with Meerkat when Startup Weekend on the Sunshine Coast for the second time rolled around, and a friend of mine couldn't be there, and she texted me and she said, could you put it on Meerkat for me? I had no experience with this platform, but I downloaded it within seconds. It was really easy. And I pressed play and I basically held it to the speakers and she watched it from home. I'm personally amazed at how good the sound is when I didn't have any mic set up or lighting set up. She could enjoy it even from afar. My arm did get sore holding it up, so I shared that around. But I got about 60 people on just by doing a couple of social network shout outs, which really made me sit up and take notice. And my second experience with Meerkat was when my partner, who plays in a band, did a bit of a gig at the rugby club, and some of my friends on Facebook were saying, I wish I were there, international friends. So I said, well, that's all right, I'll live stream it for you. And we made that decision then and there, and it turned out really good. It's also had a lot of views. So it kind of live streams to Twitter, so you can pick up the link from that. And Periscope, which I haven't played with, and there's actually a whole interesting story there between those two because they're very much rivals, is also gaining huge ground. Any comments yourself, Gideon? Are you playing with either of these? And where do you see streaming stuff going? You do it yourself, don't you?
Yeah, look, live streaming is huge. When you think about what we're trying to do here online, anything online with digital marketing, we're really trying to engage. We're really trying to engage our audience as much as possible because we know that if they're engaged and if they're watching our videos, if they're spending time with us, that means we can influence those people. We can influence them and we can ask them to do things. We can ask them to like our page. We can ask them to share our videos. We can ask them to sign up for our newsletter. We can ask them to buy our products. So engagement in a way becomes like a currency, that you can, that's almost exchangeable, I suppose. So with live video, to me, it is the number one thing at the moment online for engaging an audience. There's nothing that beats it in terms of engagement. And there's a couple of things here. So the live video thing's been happening for a few years now. So we had live stream and Justin.tv and those sort of things. And then, of course, YouTube came along with YouTube Live, and then Google Hangouts came around as well. And along with that, in parallel, we saw a massive trend with mobile and mobile video. And now what's happened is the mobile trend and the live video trend is coincided. It's coincided with applications like Meerkat and Periscope, and it's just taken off. It is just insane how quickly these things have grown. And I've friends that's been doing it for just a few weeks, and they build a live audience of like 500 to 1,000 plus people watching these little live presentations of them, just off the cuff kind of thing, and you think about trying to build your own audience with say a Ustream or a YouTube live event. It's a bit of a challenge to build it up to that sort of level, and then you've got to go through a whole rigmarole to run it as well. So these phone app kind of live streaming things are really something to keep an eye on. I had a really interesting chat with someone else the other day about it. They suggested that Periscope and Meerkat are basically a bit of a fad. It's certainly with the massive adoption rate, it does have that look and feel of a fad, but it could also just be a massive new trend. So time will tell whether these kind of services will last and whether people will stay interested in using them as well. But I think overall live video in general, whether it's through app or through desktop, is here to stay. And there's going to be some beautiful things coming up in the future.
And Gideon, can I just encourage you to toot your horn at this moment? Like, how many people tune in to your live streams that you do, and how regularly are you doing them?
I've had over 1,000 people on a call, in the past. I've got it depends presentation I'm running and who I'm promoting it out to. Over the years, I've gained over 200,000 email subscribers, of my various businesses. So it depends really on what I'm trying to do. But yeah, it's a combination of sometimes my own audience, sometimes I get on other people's audience. The thing is, if you know how to build an audience, you can do magic. This morning, I watched a presentation of a friend of mine. He had over 100,000 people watch his live stream over a 3-hour period. Over 100,000 people. Imagine just that many people in one room. It's just crazy. So the sky's the limit with this stuff. I think it's incredible. So if you think your audience would be interested in this sort of thing, give it a shot. Try it out and see what happens.
I'm even going to go out there and be a bit of a futurist for a moment. We've got Netflix, we've got Stan, and then you've got these sorts of products, not to mention all the video shooting and uploading and editing that everybody is just doing. I do think the days of traditional TV are seriously numbered. It's probably, my prediction is by end of next year, people will be watching very little paid TV or traditional TV, and they will be connecting to these sorts of things. I mean, companies like Mashable, if you've heard of them, which is sort of tech news and so on, they do a Meerkat stream about once a week. So you can literally tap into the office of the company that you're interested in hearing from and cut out all the advertising and all the stuff you're not interested in. You can really niche down, and I think at the end of the day, people want to watch what they want to watch, when they want to watch it, how they want to watch it, on a mobile or in bed or wherever, in the back of a car, not driving, of course. And you can. So it's pretty massively changing times, and all the TV networks are very much shaking in their boots. This must be the last slide then, under V-Roll. Tools for editing your videos. So there's some really simple ones. iMovie comes, or you can get it very easily on any kind of Mac platforms. You got Magisto, WeVideo, Fly, Videolicious. I've played a little bit with iMovie myself, and a little bit with YouTube itself. And I think you've even got some video editing capabilities inside V-Roll too, don't you, Gideon?
No, we don't. This is part of the secret. We've completely removed the video editing capabilities so that you, as the user, don't have to do any video editing, but still create a really beautiful looking video. And I'll show you guys in a second how we do that.
Okay, cool. So I guess just while you're all sitting there, I'd like you to all really think about what sort of video content will you create. I challenge you to create something even for fun this week, but actually how could you use this in an upcoming campaign for a client or for yourself, a serious piece, and that actually, drives results. How will you create it? How will you edit it? What format? Where will you place it? How will you promote it? There is many, many options available to you, as you can see. Okay, let's get into V-Roll. I've been alluding to it the whole time. It's exciting. So, Gideon, I didn't even give you a proper introduction. So probably at this point, you should tell everybody a little bit more about yourself and how you came to be the co-founder of this particular company.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for that, Yvette, and thank you for having me on the call. I really appreciate being here and sharing what I've learned over the last few years. I've been at it for about 9 years now in terms of my entrepreneurial journey. And very quickly in my career online, I started getting interested in video, in online video. My first product was an ebook that I wrote and sold through a promotional partner. But then after that, I really didn't have a clue about how to get traffic to my business. So traffic died down, sales died down, money dried up, and for basically about a 2-year period, I was sort of stuck there trying to figure out how to do this traffic thing. But then within those 2 years, I started interviewing people in the space who knew what they were doing, and just finding out from them what it was that they did that made them so successful. And the difference for me, what I did was I did everything on video. This was back in 2007, I think. YouTube was just about a year old back then. So no one was doing online video or teaching it. I had to learn everything from scratch. And I kind of just fell into it and got forced to learn video marketing back then already. And since then, it's just been a real interesting journey. One of my first big successes was a video-based training course teaching people how to set up their blogs. We called it Become a Blogger. The brand is still around. Someone else is running it now. I set up a YouTube channel with a friend of mine where we took him from just being a locally known magician in Brisbane to a worldwide phenomenon. I think he's now the #1 street magic channel in the world. Certainly if you do a search on YouTube for free magic tricks, his channel comes up #1. To be honest, I haven't done a, let me quickly check. So if I do free magic tricks, yeah, it's #1 there at the moment. That's, he's got over 300,000 subscribers there at the moment. I think 36 or 37 million views on his channel. It's just gone insane. And so me and JJ, we did that together. At the beginning, we were together for about a 1.5 years. He's running that now. And from there, I've just did project after project within the online video space, and finally ended up with V-Roll, which is really it was born of my own need to be able to easily and quickly create video ads on YouTube. I got frustrated with the process of creating videos, of finding targets on YouTube, and I just wanted to automate the whole thing. And seriously, I said I'm not going to do this unless we can automate the process. And so that's when I teamed up with a development team in Singapore, and we created the software called V-Roll that does a few things. It solves a number of really big pain points. The most obvious one is the video production. So we basically allow you to create really compelling and effective video ads without doing any video editing. So in terms of your input, and I'll show you in a second, all you got to do is type in some text, or you select from a number of templates, select the music track, type in some text, hit a button, and you're done. Your video gets created for you that you can then use as an ad on YouTube or Facebook. So it's pretty cool. The second big pain point we solved is with the targeting. A lot of people get the targeting wrong. A lot of advertisers don't know how to target properly on YouTube in particular. So we built a tool that helps you with that, and it just speeds up the process and allows you to pinpoint the exact videos you want to share your ads in front of, and it just speeds up the process. And the third thing we've done is improve or make it really easy and quick to set up the campaigns, so that you don't have to become an AdWords expert or any of these platform experts. You can just type in a few little things and hit a button and upload it to AdWords, and you're done. So that's the big thrust of it. I'm not sure where you wanted to lead with this, Yvette. Did you want me to share my screen and show people a bit of a demo?
Yeah, I think they'd love to see a demo, Gideon. I'll just switch you to presenter and you can go for it.
Okay, and guys, if there's anything particular that you'd like to learn from me tonight, just pop it in the questions here, and I'll keep an eye on that as well. Yvette, maybe you can have a look as well. And maybe the first thing is just if you can let me know if you can see my screen. If you can just type in yes or something in the comments area.
I can see your screen, Gideon, so I'm going to presume the others can, but I'll keep an eye on the comments too.
All right, let's see. I can see comments on my side as well, right, Yvette?
Not sure if you see them as presenter or just an organizer. Can you see questions? They're coming up under there as opposed to chat.
I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Are you seeing anybody who can?
I am.
Anybody just?
Cassie said, sure, okay. I can see well. So we've got one confirmation. Okay. Cassie's always good for that, aren't you, Cassie?
All right, so I can't see the comments, so you'll have to read out the comments to me, Yvette, as we go through this. All right, so what you can see here is the inside of V-Roll. I've just logged in. This is just my demo account that I use for, showing people stuff and doing presentations. So there's a bit of stuff in here that's just for examples. But as you can see, there's two aspects. There's two parts to it. There's able to create Facebook video ads and being able to create YouTube video ads. And the Facebook video ad one is still in beta. We're just on the first level of their API at the moment, so we've got to go through, jump through a few hoops to get it to the next level. But at the moment, you can already create Facebook video ads with this very, very quickly and get them up on your page. So maybe let's have a look at that first, and then we can jump to the YouTube one. So say, for example, you want to run a campaign, or just create a video for your Facebook page on your time, so you can use this for that. So So what you can go down to create, and in templates, got a bunch of templates here that you can choose from. There's a bunch in the line that will be soon, but one that works well here for Facebook is a teaser one. So you guys probably won't see and hear this properly. So our homepage, you'll be able to see the teaser and some of the template in action. So I'll just go through show you through the process how easy this is. And once video editing, that's the dream that we wanted to, and we've done it now. So let's say you like this template teaser. With other templates, you have more music choices. With particular one, you have one music choice. The other one's 20 different music choices. This one only has one. So let's just assume this one, you've got your selected. Go ahead and submit that. And then in terms of pushing this video up, all you got to do is give it a name. So let's call it a vet test, something like that. And then you've got 5 or 6 lines here of text that you can use. And we use a very specific formula here. We have full training inside the series that shows you exactly the kind of text to use here that works really well. So for starters, we grab people's attention. So let's see. Let's say you're selling yoga mats, right? So you might be using something like inside the members area as well that shows maybe let's do something like this: doing yoga at home with a question mark. Maybe something like need a new yoga mat. We have just the solution for you. And click the learn more button to find out more, or you're limited with 40 characters here, but say click the learn more button to get yours, something like that. See, what was this line 4? Is that down there? And here, actually that should be something else. I'll talk to the team to fix that up. It should be something like thousands of people already use it. Some sort of social proof that your thing is worth checking out. And then here you could have something like your website address. Let's make it yogaiscool.com, something like that. And I might have to just go click here to get it up to 20 characters. But anyway, in terms of my video production now, that's all I have to do. I can then also add some background images here, and just go ahead and click on submit the customization, submit then it's all done. Then about 15 later, you get an email saying the video is now ready, and then you can upload it to Facebook, and you're ready for either as a just on your timeline, or up as a booster post, or set it up as an actual ad inside your video campaign. This particular template worked extremely well on our Splashshare business. So I sent traffic to the Share, for example, splashshare.com. So this business sells little video intro sort of stuff. We've seen traffic here using that template, and for cold traffic, so people who didn't know about us at all, or me, just cold traffic that we got from Facebook, we managed to get about a 30% opt-in rate to this page. 30% opt-in rate for cold traffic. For more warmer traffic from a list that I uploaded to Facebook that I then advertised to, we got like a 51% conversion rate on this page. So yeah, this is just incredible, and I think this is why Facebook will probably eventually overtake YouTube, unless YouTube pull up their socks. But Facebook video ads is a force to be reckoned with. It is just incredible. That was all using template here, the teaser template this campaign. So once it's created, as I said, you get a little email coming back. It's going to log in here so you see the process. Let's see. Complain a bit. Let me just get the right password for that. And where's it? Facebook.
We've just switched to our LastPass, and we're loving that for remembering our passwords at the moment. Gideon, what's the one you're using there?
Yes, using 1Password. yeah, LastPass. It's like some hackers broke them a couple of months ago. Not sure if they sounds like they got over it, but I hope
Mm.
so.
I did hear that, yeah. But a good
Yeah,
solution, both of those to check out, guys. If remembering passwords is difficult for you.
yeah. But anyway, so it's connected with my Facebook account, and now I can give the post and here I'll just call say test Yvette, and there's a couple of videos that I've done in the past. You can decide on your action kind of button. We mostly use the learn one. You can put some text in there for the post, a call to action, the URL. So in my case, this would be, splashio.com, and the caption that you want to use, something like click here for more info, whatever you want to use for your call to action there. And then you can decide here which page you want to upload this to, and we do recommend you upload it to your business page if you have one, and run your ads business account. That seems to be the way that Facebook is moving towards. But yeah, you can select now which one you want to upload to, and once you hit upload, it just takes a few seconds for it to get uploaded to your Facebook account, and you're ready to rock. I'll do this one. Let's test this. I've given it enough information, so it's like it's worked there. I go to that Facebook page now. We're done here, by the way. We're just going to wait now for for us to process and send us a message. Once it's happened, we'll little message. It is. I think it's already there. So it's already uploaded. Boom. It's done. There. It won't actually show if I go to the timeline. You'll see there's two drafts. So there's one from earlier, and then this new one just done. I'll just zoom in a bit. There's the funny name that I gave it. So if you click on it, you can check it out. This is the template that I selected. But there you can preview it, and and if you want, you can go ahead and make it live if you like it, boost it or promote it, whatever you want to do for that video. But in terms of the process, that's it. We've just gone ahead and created a really nice professional video without doing any video editing, and got it up to our Facebook page without any trouble. So that makes sense for you guys so far, and you as well, Yvette. Any questions?
It makes complete sense, yeah. And I've just got a little spanner in the works while you were giving that very good demo. Just where I am going to have to leave on time. I've just been sternly warned. So we'll have to,
All right.
we've got 10 more minutes, but I'm sure we can cover that time.
Okay. Great. So the process is very similar for YouTube. I won't go through all of it since we're a bit limited with time, but similar process there. You can create your video. Got a few more templates there at the moment that you can choose from. The text-based ones, e-commerce ones, like YouTube search, make one, a really popular one. If you're running webinars, if you're doing book promotions, this sort of stuff, you can select the template. Same thing again, like this one, for example. You can now go ahead, select from 20 different music tracks, select that, and just type in your text, submit, and you. So that's it for your video. You get an email in 15 or 20 minutes or so, telling you that it's done, and then you can move on to the next thing. In the meantime, this here is for finding the right videos to show you ads in front of. So we used that example from earlier. So yoga at home, for example. I just want to show you the power of this tool. It goes and finds all the keywords people are searching for on YouTube right now that relates to the keyword phrase, and then you can go and build lists of videos rank for the keywords. So you're achieving a lot here. You're getting very, very videos that you can show you in front of. I just did one there. You can see there how you quite a lot. And there it is. If I go to the menu item, there's all the videos that it's found. This only took seconds. It took just seconds. And so you can run your ad on all these given the time, and then drive traffic to your sites. It's cool. And the campaign builder, another that's awesome. This is just, you can now actually create your campaign. You put a name, say something like Yvette Test again. select your video that you've created previously, put your website address in here, select from your list. So say, for example, this is for logo animations, the target will be say here. Decide on your budget, decide on your how much you want to. There's some advanced settings if you want to, but then basically you just export your little file, and then you hit the blue, and if you're logged into AdWords, it should take you to the right page where you can just do the following once it loads, and hit the bulk button, go to step 3, and find that little file. It is a vet10. Open it up, and it'll do a scan for that. Now, if I hit start import, it'll import the campaign into AdWords, and you're just done. So no complicated AdWords interface stuff. So we solved a lot of problems here for people. That's really the basics of V-roll. The key thing here that we do a few things completely get rid of the video production pain. We help you create videos that are very effective. We give full training on all of that stuff on YouTube ads. We still got to build our training a little bit for Facebook video ads because that's a new thing for us, and it saves you a ton of time. We also have the campaign audit tool for your YouTube ads that tells you how you're going after a couple of days and advice on how you can improve it. There's all our training materials. We also have a forum if you get stuck. We also have a really good support system in place. Stuck at all these resources that you access, or if you get stuck, you just send us an email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
That is so
That's basically
awesome.
V-roll.
That is so awesome, Gideon. I'm getting lots of really enthusiastic comments like, wow, is there a free subscription? That is amazing. This is so cool. This recording will be so hot. These are the sorts of comments that are rolling through. So they're absolutely loving the content. So that's really good. We do want to give you guys access to this cool product so you can play with it. And Gideon, I've gone into my account as you encouraged me to do. I've clicked on my account, and I'm pretty sure there was a link that I was going to provide to these guys earlier today, but there's not now, or am I not looking in the right place? It's under my account, right?
Yeah, I'm haven't actually applied to become an affiliate yet.
Yeah, I have, and it was approved.
Okay. All
And
right, so
last time I logged in, it looked different to how it looks now. That's all. Don't know.
okay, so if do you have the affiliate dashboard on your view down on the left?
Down on the left, there should be an affiliate. No, it was there. I wonder if I've got more than one. I'll sign out. And using my LastPass, perhaps I've got more than one. No, I've only got the one
All
login.
right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have a look for you if you can email the link out to people, and people can take it from there. I guess that link that Yvette will send you out, you sign up for that. There's a free part to it that you can get access to that asks you to create some Facebook and video ads, just a video part of it. The other two are not available for the free trial, and I think you get 4 videos that you can produce with the free service. When you log in for the first time as well, there's currently a special offer that gives you double video credits per month. It's based on how many videos you can create per month that you get credits. So when you join for that, you get about a week to join that. To get the double credits. So that's a nice little special offer in there if you join through Yvette. Yvette, would it be cool for you to just link to people and we can sort that out after this call, or what would be best for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll just be happy to gain access. So I'll most definitely send that link out and just work out that little technicality at my end. But I think the best use of the time, we've only got a few minutes left, guys, is to open it up for questions. So if you want to text anything through, great opportunity to ask Gideon anything about producing online videos or getting them seen more, or any other words of wisdom you'd like to know. Feel free to stick your hand up and I'll unmute you, or drop me a line. Pretty good opportunity. Don't waste it. They're always shy to start with, aren't they, Gideon? And then one asks, and then they all want to ask, and then we go over time.
Maybe wait for someone to come through. If if you are interested in joining V-roll for the free trial, we are going to change this soon. So so make sure you get in, I don't have a date yet. All I can say is the sooner the better. If you do want to get access to the special offer we have there at the moment, and make sure you don't miss out on that.
And is it fair to say, Gideon, a lot of your current users are over in the States and things, aren't they? This is not necessarily general knowledge here in Australia. People aren't using this yet, or have you got sort of more sign up than when we caught up last?
Yeah, look, our members are in America and overseas. Australia is a small percentage of our users, probably. I don't know if it's 5%, that's a lot. So if you're using this inside Australia, you'll be ahead of most people in Australia for sure.
Okay, cool. Look, there's no questions coming through, which I'm flabbergasted by, really. It's such a good opportunity. So I'm going to pick on someone. Cassie, you've been quite vocal, and I know you're loving it, and you're quite entrenched in this space. So I'm just going to pick on you for maybe a parting comment on what this means to you, understanding that this technology is available to you. I've got you unmuted, Cassie.
Okay. First of all, I'm a little bit cross because it's given me something else to muck around with and play and get all excited with. So I think that's another time suck for me. But I think that it's just so professional, and I can't wait to get my hands on playing with it. So thank you. It looks really, really easy to use, and yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Brilliant. That's certainly been the aim, to make it so easy that you can be sitting in a coffee shop and you could create your whole video ad campaign while you're sitting there sipping your coffee. And that was the original plan right from the beginning. Without having to access a video production team or paying a ton of money to get it done, or even getting your own camera out and trying to do your own editing. We just wanted to get rid of all of that pain to allow you to get these things done very quickly and very easily.
Oh, it's fabulous. I must admit that I probably steered away from videos for Facebook advertising, but this has opened up a new world for us here.
Yes, it is. It's a whole new world, and it's massive. There's so much traffic to be had there, especially for, certain industries as well. But definitely worth having a look. If you're not 100% sure whether your industry is on there on YouTube, it doesn't to figure out and run a few tests.
Yeah. Thanks. And hats off to the Creative Collective for bringing us this cutting-edge technology.
Yeah, aren't we lucky to have friends in the right places like Gideon, and for him, despite being very busy, to allow us to have his time. All right, guys, I unfortunately am getting ushered on, so I am going to have to wind it up. Olivia has said, though, could she see an example of a finished advert? So maybe, Gideon, I know you're inside the Get Up to Speed Lounge. You might be able to post one just after this call in the Facebook for them to have a look at what they do turn into after going through that process that you explained tonight.
Sure, I can certainly post. I'll definitely post that I got that I used for my this Splashio business of mine. I'll post that exact video that got those results, like 50% cold traffic and 50% for traffic. I'll post exact so you can see. It's quite simple, but it looks very professional, and it obviously works really well. So I'll post that. If you just let me know exactly where to post it, then people can have a bit of a look.
Yeah, awesome. Olivia says, thanks. I know for one, this has definitely motivated me. I mean, I've known a V-roll for a while, and like Cassie, it's just something else that I wanted to play with and needed to get, I guess, a bit of a rocket up my bum to actually do. So I will, and I'll be trying it out for Awards Hub and let you know how the results go. All right, thanks all. We better wind up the call. Thanks for getting on. Really appreciate your time, Gideon. And yeah, Gideon is in the group, so he'll post that in. And I guess if you have a quick question afterwards, he might be kind enough to answer that for you. But otherwise, you can listen to the recording again. So we'll see you online for next week. Next week, we're talking mobilising a MailChimp campaign. And on that, we'll go into depth about how you can embed that video or text or images. So lots more fun stuff, but it all starts coming together because we've learnt all the elements now, haven't we? The text, the images, the video, how to pull it all together in an EDM and other online marketing. Thanks all for joining us. I will post the recording soon. And thanks again to you, Gideon.